and smell like smoke. Hard to hold, but I swear I could feel the cold. The room would bend when he walked in. His words were law, his voice was thin. We all stood around like fools in his court as he drained us dry, our lives cut short. I watched the cracks form bit by bit, but I never thought he'd be the one to quit. The bottle was just a prop for the show, but the real cracks were ones we didn't know. He built his empire out of fear and shame, a king who was too afraid to claim. He wore those horns like the devil himself, wrapped around his mind like a crown of wealth. He tore apart everything I'd ever known and left me to stand in ruins alone. Reckless, abandoned in every move, he had nothing left to prove. But in the end, it wasn't the drink or the sin, it was the weak heart that couldn't let him win. I watched him lean on lies, a twisted crutch. His throne was a seat that hurt too much. He led us blind into his war, and we couldn't see the price we bore. It wasn't the fights or the guns he loved, but the control he thought was just enough. His horns coiled tight like a gilded chain, and I guess in the end it drove him insane. Oh, the bottle was just a shadowed friend while he built his house that can never bend. And we were all pieces in his hand, a king too scared to understand. He wore those horns like the devil himself, wrapped around his mind like a crown of wealth. He tore apart everything I'd ever known and left me to stand in ruins alone. Reckless, abandoned in every move, he had nothing left to prove. But in the end, it wasn't the drink or the sin, it was the weak heart that couldn't let him win. Wasn't the horns at all, or the way he built that fragile wall. Maybe it was the look in his eyes that made me question every lie. He played a role, the king we fear, but the cracks were always there, unclear. And the one who loved him most watched him fall, but there was nothing left, no one to call. He wore those horns like the devil